Hello and welcome! Silrace here with World of Warcraft, and I want to talk about flying mounts. Because Warlords of Draenor finally got its flying too, and so forth, as in you have to do quite a bit of running around, experimenting and experiencing the content as they put it, and then you get flying for every single character of yours through an achievement. At least you don't have to buy it for everyone individually, but makes leveling those level 90 something alts so much easier. But here is the thing, to me, personally, flying never added anything to the game. I honestly think just flying mounts took more away from the game than they added. Firstly, I used to play for a long time on PvP servers, and I honestly think that PvP, world PvP, was basically destroyed with flying mounts. Like, you no longer come across enemies on the ground, and while you are leveling, those who gank you are not on the ground, they are above you in the air, and then they just dive bomb you and kill you anyways because you didn't look up, you were looking at the monsters you are using to level, or killing for the quests. That is big part of the issue. So yeah, and also while you are on a ground mount, there is no way you outrun a flying mount, because they added speed to the flying mount, so you, well, fly faster. Anyway, so in my honest opinion, world PvP really suffered from the flying mounts. Well, other than the lack of, well, variety for the world PvP anyways, but even the usual typical, well, PvP aspect of the game for the world PvP of like, oh, there might be an enemy behind this corner, or there might be an hostile already doing stuff in this questing area I am going to, and whatnot. What do I do when I encounter an enemy? You no longer have to worry any of that. You just fly around, right? And this is also another big issue of mine, the fly around. Firstly, it made this world seem so much smaller, especially with the increase of the speed. Firstly, you can bypass every single enemy out there. You don't have to worry about any of the NPCs wandering the ground, you're just flying all over them. You don't have to worry about barriers which were put into place, such as mountain range and what. You just fly over them. Which is, to me, really annoying and silly, because it's like, where is the exploration aspect? You wanna explore a piece, you fly over it and then you dive bomb right down into it. The same thing which makes, to me, questing really boring. Like, people are complaining that the questing is really boring. Yes, it is, because all you have to do is you fly from one quest objective to the other, and you do it at incredible speeds, and you bypass everything there is between you, your current location, and the next quest object. Of course it's freaking boring. Or at least previously, when you ran around on the ground, you had the chance to be, you know, well, dismounted occasionally, and you might have to clear a couple extra monsters to get to your quest objective. All sorts of other things which add to the game. And no, they don't. That kind of stuff really doesn't take anything away, it adds to the game. Because then you do these little things such as, well, do I wait for this patrolling monster to get out of my way to get to the quest object, or do I kill it and then then go for the quest objective? Now you don't have to make any of those choices. You just fly over the patrolling monster and then get on the quest objective. I don't honestly think that the flying mounts added much of anything to the game. And here is my biggest hope for the developers realize out there. I have nothing against flying in the old content, because the old content hasn't been squished, like, at all. You still have to make your way through all of the old content while you are leveling, to get to the max level. And until there is something done to squish the old content, I don't feel like it's, well, very much fun leveling in that. It's like, if I take the questing, essentially, from Warlords of Draenor, all the things you can do there, and compare that to all the things you can do, for example, in the Burning Crusade lands, or Wrath of the Lich King lands while you are leveling up, it's not even close. The amount of stuff there is to do in the Worlds of Draenor stuff is so much better, and that shows obviously the developer competence going higher and higher, and the folks knowing what to do to keep it fun and keep the pacing good. However, what I want for Legion is that there is no flying. I would love it if the flying was added to the games in such a way from this point onwards that it is in for the old content, not for the current content. Because as we have seen with Warlords of Draenor, with people running around on ground mounts and having to do that, they have actually experienced more of the Draenor content than they have experienced with the previous stuff they have been doing because of the flying mounts. Because they have to actually, you know, do that, run up from place to place on the ground. And it also gives some merit to actually having the flight masters again, because you don't just flying mount all the way from horizon to horizon. And it makes the world feel bigger. It really does. It makes the world feel bigger. Go and run one of those old continents, Kalimdor, from the north to the south or the other way around. Firstly on a flying mount, count how long it takes, and then do it on a ground mount and count how long it takes. It really makes the world feel bigger, and it really makes you appreciate all the art which has been done. All the statues and whatnot which has been carved to the mountainsides by the dwarves or whatnot, because you actually see them while you are running on the ground. While you are flying all over them, you don't see any of that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think. Do you want flying in Legion? Because personally I do not. I didn't actually want flying even in Worlds of Draenor at all, but now it is in already, so oh well. But yeah, let me know.